Well, welcome everyone to another episode of the Sponsor Spotlight. We're here with Dennis Woodruff of Woodruff Trees. Dennis, I think we're spaced well enough. You feel good about this?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take our masks off because we've had this discussion. We feel like we've scientifically sort of determined that we're okay, and so we're gonna go ahead like that. So I want to introduce you to Dennis Woodruff. He's been a gold sponsor of ICS for the last 2 years, I believe. Is that right?
That's correct.
And I wanted to give him an opportunity to share a little bit about his business and maybe when it started and how long you've been doing this and maybe an interesting story. How about that? But I put you on the spot on the last part.
You did.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. All right. So first of all, you have 2 kiddos here. Is that right?
I do. I have a daughter in 5th grade and a daughter in kindergarten.
Daughter in kindergarten. It's been an eventful year for kindergarten, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah. So we're praying hard for those teachers. That's for sure. All right. So you run a tree company. Is that right? Mm-hmm. You've been a counselor in the past as well. Is that not true?
I am a counselor.
You are a counselor, yeah. So if your trees need some therapy, Dennis is the guy to talk to, right? Is it that?
Well, it's less likely the trees need therapy. It's that if your wife needs therapy because the tree has to go, maybe
right.
that's something.
Okay, yeah. And we've had this discussion with my own family probably. So, so how long have you been doing this?
Trees about 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
How'd you get started?
When I was in college, my brother-in-law had a little tree company. His father was a school teacher, and oftentimes school teachers look for something to do in the summertime.
Yeah.
And so he had lawn care, and tree removal or tree trimming and lawn care go really well together.
Gotcha. All right.
And so I started helping Jeff, and I'd help him in the summer times and take trees down.
Now, are we talking like little shrubs? Or are we talking big trees?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
You do that by yourself mostly?
Well, no, he and I would. It would be just the two of us.
Yeah.
But I have a crew. Like I have.
Gotcha.
I have anywhere from 2 to 3 full-time employees.
Okay. What type of work do you do most of the time in that world? Is it like big removal or is it trimming up trees? Why is it important for people to do that?
Okay, so there's 2 questions.
Oh, sorry.
What do we do most? Probably half removal, half trimming.
Yeah.
And it's all different sizes. Most of the time on a tree that's really small, people will take care of that themselves. So they're looking to us to take down a tree that they might be worried about, I don't want to drop it on my fence or on a power line or something like that.
or in our case, it was the neighbor's playground that it fell down on top of, right?
Or we don't want that either.
Yeah. Fortunately, no children were involved, but the playground did get crushed, which was a scary situation. And
was that Windigeddon the day after
No,
Labor Day?
this was random day. Tree just got tired.
Oh.
And,
they do that.
Big limb, yeah. So you can't always tell when they're dead either, on parts
well,
of them, right? Or,
you probably can't tell when they're weak to the point that they're going to drop stuff.
Right.
Or most people probably couldn't. And truth be told, I'm not an arborist, and so I don't have that certification.
Gotcha.
Most arborists, I think, would probably look at a tree and say, yeah, I'd take that down. I might have the ability to do that, but I won't promise people that.
Gotcha.
And there's things that I can look for to say, if it's starting to lose bark, if there's if it's leaking sap, those kinds of things. Like, this is a terminal condition. This tree will die.
We have a very large old tree that I feel like we're gradually we love the tree, but we can tell there's like the big wet spot on the side, and it's like it's getting...
And it's pruning itself.
It's pruning itself, and then we do some as well, but it's a big one. But anyway, okay, so if people would like to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
Best thing to do, it would be to call me or text me on my phone. And I'll give you the number, although I don't know if anybody would remember it, so I'm going to give you something else to look me up. My cell phone number is 801-694-6565. But if you don't remember that, if you just remember Woodruff Trees, Woodruff trees. That's
You remember that.
It's like Woodruff, Utah, a little teeny town in northeastern Utah. Yes, I'm related to that guy.
Yeah.
And so you can Google us, Woodruff Trees, and then from Google you can either call me or send me an email or something like that.
Woodruff, just south of Randolph,
Yep.
where the team that we play in every season is Rich High School. They're there. That's that's the scoop.
Yep.
So
Woodruff, and the sign says "Cold weather, warm hearts" or something like that.
Yes, and I can
It is cold
affirm
weather.
that going there for basketball games, especially, is a very cold experience. So, anyway, mostly warm people there, so that's good too. But well, hey, good to meet you. Good to talk to you again, and to learn more about your business. So, thank you for coming.
Oh, certainly. And one more thing,
Yeah.
if I could mention, kind of to answer your question, is what should people do?
Oh yeah.
And I don't know when this is going to be broadcast, but winter is the perfect time to trim trees.
Interesting.
And I'll tell you a couple of things. Whether you have us do it or you have somebody else do it, never let anybody take more than a third of your tree when you're trimming, because any good arborist will tell you never take more than a third of your tree. And then trees will forgive a multitude of things done to them in the wintertime.
Gotcha.
So November, December, January, February, maybe early March. This year doesn't look like it's going to be a really tough winter, so I think I'd have that stuff done by the end of February.
Got it.
But it also depends on how much. If you just want some stuff cleaning up, having it done in March isn't going to be a problem, but winter is a perfect time to trim trees, and most people don't realize that.
Yeah.
So,
Because we're not outside looking at them.
Oh,
Right.
That's it.
But that's interesting.
But trimming trees, they look better, they're healthier.
Yeah.
They'll last longer. Like it's like I don't know. It's like care and feeding. It's like you'd have your dog groomed, the nails trimmed, or something like that.
Yeah.
Same with the trees.
All right. Duly noted. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
And,
Thank you.
I learned something today, so that's good too.
Outstanding.
All right. Stay tuned for the next sponsor spotlight coming your way soon.